Easy now, folks. Some of you are going to recognise this as my Jewelry 0450, which has been set up like this for quite a while now. I've had some of these fish for a long, long time. But I was thinking about changing things up to the point that I'd spent quite a lot of time researching a certain fish that for quite a long time, I've considered trying to keep. And would you believe it? After one of these research sessions, the very next day, I got contacted by a lady that says, I've got these fish, I can't look after them anymore, I've got to get out of the hobby, would you be able to take them off me? So, call that serendipity if you like, but I decided to go for it. So I'm not one of these people that says once you've got a fish, you've got to have it till the end of its life. You know, as long as you've got a responsible avenue for making sure that it goes to somebody that's going to look after it and keep it well, then I think that's fair enough. And since I've got quite a few connections in the fish community, I did have that option. So I went from this to this. Malawi cichlids. What a change, eh? Slightly outside my comfort zone, but like I say, I did do lots and lots of research, not just recently, but for a long, long time. And I'm pretty stoked about it, I have to say. I mean, look at the colours on them, man. They're just incredible. Probably as close to saltwater as you can get without actually doing saltwater. But even their behaviour, one of the things that always put me off, in fact, is their reputation for being reasonably aggressive. I've not really found that, if I'm honest with you. They do have their wee chasing sessions, and there was one particular fish that was very, very naughty, wee bit of a bully. But I'll show you what I did with that. Well, I won't. I'll tell you what I did with that in a minute. Otherwise, I mean, it's been just over a month now, and I'm just delighted that I've done it. Really, really am enjoying this tank. They're all surfing around the bottom just now because I fed them not long before starting the video, and they're looking for the last few sinking pellets down there. But normally they swim about the whole tank. But yeah, everything's different. The water conditions that you need are different. Obviously, live plants can be a struggle, which was a big wrench for me. I've always been a planted guy, and that was another thing that was putting me off of them. But I guess you've got to accept the beauty in a tank of these guys is the fish themselves, and less so the scapes. It wasn't immediately like this. It was only 7 fish, I think the lady had given me originally, and that's the substrate she gave me at the bottom there too. I went straight on to Aquatics to Your Door though, that I had been scoping out to see what they had, what they had already, and this is me counting entertaining, pretending that I wasn't waiting by the window for my new fish to turn up, playing it dead cool and everything. But I wasn't disappointed. The fish came very, very quickly and really well packaged. Got no complaints about that whatsoever. Also, the fish do look like the pictures that you see online, even in terms of their colouring. In fact, they had wonderful colouring, despite the fact they've been in a box for 24 hours or more. Also, not everything went strictly to plan. I was told they're all peacocks. The ones the lady gave me, I mean, and this is one of them, a blue dolphin, which is definitely a hap. As is the one on the bottom of the screen there with a blue face and a giraffe pattern. That is a Venustus, which is a predator hap. So, not spot on, but it's fine because you can keep haps and peacocks in most circumstances with minimal issue. One of the problems I had is the lady gave me a clear female, I'm pretty sure. It's smaller than the others and incredibly drab in colour. Reason that's a problem is if the males start trying to breed with her, can cause a lot of drama in the tank, so I need to keep an eye on that. The other thing was that orange fish in the middle, that is a strawberry peacock or a dragon blood, as is the one that's just coming from the right around the rock there. That is one that the lady also gave me, who was an absolute bully within the fish that she gave me, and it got worse once I added the new ones. So I left it for a while to see if they'd figure it out by themselves, and when it was clear that that wasn't going to happen, I mean, a lot of the time the dragon blood was on the left hand side of the tank and all the rest of the fish were on the right hand side, so I knew I had to step in. What I did was stick him in a breeding net for a week, a breeder box for a week, And then when I was ready to release him, I changed the scape up, and he's still a bit of a bully, but nowhere near as bad as he was. He's obviously the tank boss, which is fine, but at least some of that aggression is toned down now. Look at the colours of them though, they're just extraordinary. Even the OBs, like that gold OB there, or yellow OB, I can't remember. Originally I got the OBs because Malawis tend to pick on fish that look similar to themselves, so I figured a few OBs would add a wee bit of variety. I mean, I could keep more fish, but I am falling in love with them more than anything else, if I'm honest with you. This pink one you see centre of the screen there, I think that should, the colours should intensify a wee bit, and I might get some nice pinks and some nice blues out of that one. Just absolutely love that orange one as well, and the gold or yellow one. That at the back, right at the back on the right there, that's the female I was talking about too. So, like I said, we'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, just absolutely stoked about these. Really excited about it. Never thought I would though, if I'm honest. No matter how many times I researched it. But then, like I say, when I did do quite a session looking into them, and the very next day that lady offered me a fish, I just took it as a sign and went for it. If I was ever going to do it, that was the time. And delighted that I have. I guess it goes to show, if you are considering something at some point, and you are a wee bit hesitant, but you get the opportunity, it's maybe worth taking a plunge and seeing what the water feels like, eh? Don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's going to be the pitfalls and the problems and the hair pulling moment and the sleepless nights, but that is part of the fun. Same thing with the planted tanks, isn't it? Except it could be the fish or it could be the plants. Well, things can change in a Malawi setup, I'm sure, and give you pause for thought. So I'm almost looking forward to that, but don't be reminding me of it when it occurs. For now, though. For now. Everything seems to be going okay, though. Like I said, it's been nearly almost exactly a month. I have tweaked a couple of things, and I have changed some things up. Yeah. Very happy. Very, very happy. In some ways, wish I had done it earlier, but also, no, I think it was the right time. So, I have got to turn the lights off on these guys because it's time for bed. But I'm certain you'll be seeing them again. I don't really see me ever doing species profiles on these guys because the care for them is kind of the same for each, really. Very, very few differences, I think. But I'll probably be doing plenty of things about what I learn along the way and general care guides, because I'm sure people may be interested in anything that I learn, and anything that goes well and anything that doesn't go so well as too. Anyway, now you know what my big change was. I'm out. Later.